Our chief reporter, Kaveh Solokol, has come back on set. Kaveh, oh my goodness. How do you react to that?
Well, look, the first thing you should say is that referees are human beings. They make mistakes like everybody else. They were working there in a very highly pressurised environment, and they made a mistake, and it was a big mistake.
The Premier League once again descended into chaos and controversy as Arsenal were left seething after being denied what many have described as a clear, obvious, and match-winning penalty against Wolverhampton Wanderers. In a moment that may yet define the trajectory of Arsenal's entire season, technology that was designed to protect fairness instead became the instrument of injustice. This was not a marginal decision. It was not a grey area. It was a moment of blatant contact inside the penalty area, under full view of officials, cameras, and millions watching around the world. And yet, unbelievably, video assistant referee chose to stay silent. What followed was outrage, disbelief, and a growing sense that something is fundamentally broken in English football. From the opening whistle, Arsenal imposed themselves on the game. They dominated possession, pinned Wolves back, and created chance after chance. The Emirates was alive with belief, sensing that the breakthrough was coming. Wolves defended deep, often desperately, riding their luck as Arsenal's attackers surged forward with intent and urgency. Then came the moment that changed everything. An Arsenal attacker burst into the box, beating his marker with sharp footwork. As he prepared to pull the trigger, a Wolves defender lunged in, making clear contact with the player rather than the ball. Legs tangled, the Arsenal player went down, and the entire stadium rose as one, expecting the inevitable whistle. It never came. The referee waved play on, a decision that already felt baffling in real time. But Arsenal fans remained calm. VAR existed for moments exactly like this. Surely, this would be corrected. Instead, the VAR check came and went in eerie silence. No referral to the pitch side monitor. No explanation. No accountability. Just play resumed, as if nothing had happened. Inside the Emirates, disbelief quickly turned to fury. VAR was introduced to eliminate clear and obvious errors. This incident met that standard emphatically. Slow-motion replays showed undeniable contact. Multiple angles confirmed the foul. Even neutral observers struggled to understand how the decision survived review. The question now echoing across the football world is painfully simple: what is VAR actually for? If a defender clipping an attacker's legs inside the box during a decisive moment does not qualify as a penalty, then the rulebook itself has become an abstract suggestion rather than law. The lack of transparency only deepened the anger. No audio released. No detailed explanation. Just silence. And silence, in moments like these, speaks louder than words. On the touchline, Mikel Arteta's reaction told the full story. Usually animated, demanding, and vocal, the Arsenal manager stood frozen in disbelief. His frustration was visible, raw, and entirely justified. He knew the significance of the moment. He knew what had been taken from his team. Arteta has been here before. Arsenal have been here before. Speaking out risks punishment. Staying silent fuels injustice. Managers walk a dangerous line, and Arteta's carefully chosen post-match words could not mask the anger beneath the surface. Arsenal had earned the right to decide the match from the penalty spot. That right was denied. This was not simply a bad decision. It was a decision with consequences. In a title race defined by razor-thin margins, every point matters. Every decision matters. Dropping points due to refereeing errors is not just frustrating, it is potentially season-defining. When May arrives and trophies are decided by 1 or 2 points, nights like this will resurface with painful clarity. Arsenal did their job. They attacked. They created. They forced errors. The system failed them. And that is what makes the incident so damaging. It reinforces a growing belief among Arsenal supporters that these moments are no longer isolated. There is now an undeniable sense of pattern. Crucial calls going against Arsenal. Similar incidents producing wildly different outcomes depending on the team involved. Penalties awarded softly for some clubs, while blatant fouls on Arsenal players are ignored or dismissed as not clear enough. Perception matters in football. And right now, the perception is toxic. Whether intentional or not, the consistency simply is not there. VAR reviews feel selective. Interpretations feel flexible. And Arsenal keep finding themselves on the wrong side of key decisions at critical moments. That breeds mistrust not just among fans, but among players and managers too. Wolves, to their credit, defended resolutely and took advantage of Arsenal's growing frustration. Football matches are won by capitalizing on moments, and Wolves did exactly that. But even among Wolves supporters, there was quiet acknowledgement that their escape came with a heavy dose of fortune. Defenders rarely protest passionately when they believe they are innocent. The body language inside the penalty area spoke volumes. Players looked relieved, not vindicated. They knew how close they had come. The reaction beyond the stadium was immediate and explosive. Social media platforms flooded with clips, freeze frames, and expert analysis. Former referees contradicted one another live on air. Some attempted to justify the decision, others admitted openly that Arsenal should have had a penalty. Pundits hesitated at first, then slowly conceded what fans already knew. This was a mistake. Football supporters are not demanding perfection. They understand human error. What they cannot accept is inconsistency, secrecy, and a refusal to correct obvious wrongs. VAR was supposed to restore trust. Instead, it is eroding it. The bigger question now looms over the entire league: who holds VAR accountable when referees make errors on the pitch? They are protected by review. When VAR makes an error, it hides behind protocol. There are no immediate consequences. No clear explanations. No visible learning process. Until that changes, these controversies will keep returning louder and more damaging each time. For Arsenal, the psychological impact cannot be underestimated. Players left the pitch knowing they had been denied a fair chance to win. Fans left the stadium angry, not defeated. There is a difference. One is football. The other is injustice. This was not about luck. It was about a system failing at the very moment it was needed most. As the season unfolds and pressure intensifies, this night will not be forgotten. It will be replayed, referenced, and revisited whenever discussions turn to fairness, consistency, and integrity in the Premier League. Because this was not just another refereeing controversy. It was a moment that stripped Arsenal of a deserved opportunity, handed Wolves an escape, and once again placed VAR on trial in the court of public opinion. And for many, the verdict is already clear.